Hi, this video is the 1 year video. I can't believe it. You know, we did month to month, right? And now it's the 12 months.
Yeah,
and
it's so fast.
I know. And then your hair, look at that. It's getting higher and higher. I'm going to show the audience what Chris looked like again, just to recap and to have an understanding what his hair was. And that was him before surgery, and that was his journey, surgery day. And he had a couple straggles of hair, but pretty much class 6, hair loss pattern. And a year later, I mean, you look so much younger. And front view, right hand side, and you see he's standing front all the way toward the back. Right hand side, left hand side, top view. So that was him before. I mean, that's his journey started, and this way he is now. Look at that. And again, hair transplant, the result vary from one individual to another, and it depending on the contrast of your skin to your hair, how thick your hair is,
right,
how wavy it is, and all this stuff. It could affect the result. However, if you've been following my work, it's very consistent, and I upload it every Friday. And if you subscribe to my channel, and you will see the work is very consistent.
Right.
And for Chris, it's a exciting journey for him, because it's frightening during the recovery, of course.
Right.
But as he see more result and more density about 4th, 5th month, then it's much different. You look younger.
Mm-hmm.
Again, with a full set of hair, as I mentioned many in my video, your full set of hair and a lower hairline, it frames the face better. Mm-hmm. It will enhance your eyes, your nose, and all the features that God created for you.
You know what, Dr. Diep, I have a funny story to tell you about that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, since you mentioned that, Dr. Diep has always said before, and even before when I was doing research, in many of your videos, you just talk about that. You say, hey, once you have a full set of hair, it really frames your face, your eyes, your nose, your lips, and enhances the features God has given you, right? Well, just recently, another patient of yours, he's from another state, and I consider him a friend now, because we've been talking, and when he came here to get his hair done, we met up, and so I told him my journey as well. He's been following my YouTube video as well, and he's just amazed by my hair, and he got it done, and he went back home, and like I said, I consider him my friend. We're really close, and he's been showing his family members, his friends, and showing them my videos and my before and after videos. I mean, my before and after photos. And he just recently showed it to his sister-in-law, my
mm-hmm.
before, and then just like what you're showing here, right, mm-hmm. With my face and the after, and they were pretty amazed, and she was pretty amazed by the result. But then she told him that, hey, you know what, he's got a nose job too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so she thought I had a nose job, and I laughed at it. So I texted him back. I said, you know what, I'll send you a picture when I was 7 years old. And so I sent him a picture when I was 7 years old. I go, I didn't ever get a nose job, but it shows you there,
right.
because I have a full set of hair, it really enhances all my features. And for her, she goes, oh yeah, he definitely got a nose job. And I told him, I texted back, I said, look, you know what? I'll take that as a compliment, because if your sister-in-law thinks I had a nose job, that means she probably thinks I have a very nice looking nose. So thank you. I took that as a compliment. But it definitely is proof right there that it shows it. And on top of that, mm-hmm. I ran into some friends, and some of them, of course, knows right away, because they've known you all your life, and they've seen you when you didn't have hair. So when you have hair, they go, wow, it looks great, it's so natural. And others, even though they've seen you before, and they've seen your hair before, or lack of hair before,
they're still amazed.
Yeah, they still can't pinpoint what has changed about you. So I get these comments like, hey, did you grow taller? It looks like you've grown taller. Hey, you look great. Did you lose weight? But they can't.
Oh, I get it. It's a tan.
Yeah, it's a tan.
Did you see the commercial?
Oh no, it's a nose job. I don't know. No, but they find other features mm-hmm. to point out, because they can't figure out what's changed about you, and they can't imagine it was your hair, because it's so natural looking.
There's no scarring in the front. That's the great part about hair. And some other people mistaken not just weight loss, tanning, or you do some other stuff, or a facelift is very common. Right. And I'll tell you why, because facelift make you look younger, right?
Right.
But hair transplant, especially a hairline, actually make you look younger than a facelift can ever do,
Right.
because it frames the face better.
It frames everything.
Right, and when you lost your hair,
Mhm.
right, and people don't really pay attention to your nose or your eyes or your
No, they don't.
all they pay attention is
It's
your
your hair.
forehead,
Right.
your dome on top, and so then it's different. And so now when you have hair and then you're proportional vertically and horizontally as well.
Right.
And now when we talk about enhancing your eyes, your nose, and all the features that God created, it's true, and that's a very great example. I'm glad you brought it up, because
Yeah.
now people will say, "Oh, it must be the nose. It's something. It looks good."
Yeah.
So it's a compliment. I
Yeah,
would
it's a
say.
compliment. They appreciate more of your other features as well. And you know what? Everybody's going to go through the same experience as I did. And you know, all those things that I talked about, how people reacted, the comments they made, or they're going to make, or the compliments. Everybody's going to get the same compliments that I've been getting. And you know, you're going to go through the same journey and the same experience.
Yeah, and again, we cannot expect every hair transplant to be exactly the same.
Right.
The result vary from one individual to another, and the growth rate vary, because I can't control the growth rate.
Right.
But what we found out, A cells tend to accelerate the hair growth. One thing.
I'm happy I got that.
Yeah,
By the way.
yeah. And then the other thing is, even though some people might grow faster, some slower, but they will catch up. Sometimes it might take a year, maybe even take a year and a half. And but I'm glad we actually do the month to month, and I'm glad that you actually show your full face, because it's better than just cover the face
Right.
and show your hairline from the eyebrows and up, because it
Shows how
makes
much
it makes
your
a difference.
features changed, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and it makes more of a wow factor and an effect,
Right, right.
And as you know, I'm known more for how natural the hairline is,
Right.
and the other important thing is the density is given, but the natural hairline is one of the most difficult. As I mentioned, you need more than just a surgeon. It's an artist, because who focus on the artistry of the hairline. We gotta frame your temple and your frontal hairline better. And so that's what I try to have, and if an opportunity for the audience to not just watch this video, but go back and watch all the other video, and to understand his progression, and he will share his experience during that time,
Right.
especially the before surgery, and then the 3 months and 4 months, and that's during the time he's getting nervous
Yeah.
about the hairline.
Well, it's not. Well, to summarize my experience again, of course, before surgery, I was nervous just like everybody else, and you just have second thoughts about certain things, because you think, oh my God, this is surgery, and is my hair gonna be as great or whatnot? But like I said, you prepared me for it. You prepared me what to expect. Coming in, I was expecting that by 6 months my hair wouldn't have grown as much or whatever, but luckily, I'm the 5% that actually grew faster. The day of surgery, like I said, didn't feel any pain. I had the FUT, which is a strip method, and I didn't even know when you actually cut my head, when you sewed it back together. I didn't even notice when you poked the holes. I just remember waking up for my great lunch, and the wonderful technicians and nurses putting in my grafts, and watching a little bit of the movie and stuff like that. But it felt like 10, 15, 20 minutes to me, but actually I was in the chair from 5:30 to about 6, 7 o'clock, but it was a wonderful experience. And afterwards you gave me medication, and for swelling, for pain and whatever, and literally I barely even used the painkillers or whatnot. It wasn't excruciating pain every day or anything like that at all. But yes, I think.
How about the swelling?
The swelling of my face, actually, the first couple of days it didn't, then it did, because the blood started to settle, and I just wore glasses. So I had surgery on a Friday, and I went back to work that Monday, right? And then the second day when I went back to work, it started to swell. All I did is wear my sunglasses and told him my face were puffy and my eyes were puffy, and I just told him I had an allergic reaction or something, and no one ever noticed. I had a cap on. And then I took the anti-inflammatory medication that you prescribed to me, and literally 2 to 3 days later it was gone. yeah, that wasn't even the hard part. I think the hardest part through this whole thing was the anticipation and waiting. It's like you want the results. So, the first few months, like I said, up to 3.5 months when my hair started to grow and some didn't fall out and just maintain and just continue to grow, you were looking at your hair every day. So it's like, and, so like, oh my God. So that was the excruciating part. But then once it started to grow, it was so fast. Everything, it just month to month. And here I am, a year later, and
can you touch about the uneven hairline, because how you notice it right away and all this stuff.
Right, because when you first have surgery, of course it looks like a buzz cut, right? Because your hair is like half an inch, so it looks like a buzz cut. And you're critiquing your hairline every day, you're looking at it every day. So I'm looking for everything, right? Every blotch, every little things, and I've sent you pictures and with my old diagram circling spot. Hey, Dr. Diep, what's going on with hair? And you just laugh and say, look, that's normal. And I realized that's normal. But anyways, I realized that looking at my hairline, one side was just slightly higher, or than the other, and I was like, oh my God, it looks like one side's higher. How come it's uneven? But again, looking at people's hairline that that never lost their hair, you realize that their hairline is not straight, it's not perfect, there's imperfections. And that's what makes it look so natural and real, because of the imperfection in the hairline. And as you can see now, it grown in, and you can't tell if it's uneven or not. And even if it was, it looks very natural,
I'm glad you brought that up, because I have so many clients just so focusing on, I gotta be completely even on both sides and those stuff. You know what? Imperfectionists lead more to naturalness.
Right.
And if we split our face in half, our eyes and our nose and eyebrows is not even, right? And no one's gonna have a perfect even eyebrows or eyes. And so the hairline, you don't expect that to be perfect.
Right.
If it's slightly a little bit different, fine. I mean, if it egregiously like 2 inches, and then but if it's slightly a little bit, it's more natural that way, and you want that, and you want to wait a year later when it fully come out, and no one will know, because you know why? It's natural. Even my hairline on the right side and the left side, and actually my right side is lower than my left side, but that's how it is. So when patient, because they see the demarcated red line right afterward because of the redness from the surgery,
that's why,
and that's why you can see the
it's pretty pronounced,
and that's why you think it is. But when the hair comes in, it's so natural. People can't tell.
And all our body parts are like that. Like I mentioned before, my right foot's bigger than my left. You know what? Actually, if you look at my nose, my right nostril is bigger than my left. So
but you got it done though.
Right. No, if I had a nose job,
if
I had a nose job, it wouldn't be uneven, right?
Right.
So it's good.
Yeah, but see, but a year later now. You're at this stage, and we will do the 12 months, and then we're going to do the 16, I believe, and then 2 years later. But and you did mention something about Facebook.
So I last week I went to a 49ers game, and it was the 49ers against the Rams, and it was a great game, by the way. Even though the Niners lost, but it was a great game. It's the first time I took pictures there with my friends, and the first time I ever posted a picture of me on Facebook for a very long time. And most of my pictures always been with a cap or whatever, right? But I posted a picture of me smiling big, with my full set of hair, and right away, I got hundreds of likes. Everybody's liking it, and as well as making comments. But my friends were making comments. They didn't call me out on Facebook like, "Hey, you got a hair transplant." They just said, "Hey, nice hair. I like your hair. Love your hairstyle," and stuff like that. It's just those.
So you're known as a hair guy now.
Yeah, I'm known as the hair guy now. So they made those type of comments, but right away afterwards, I was getting all these texts from my phone right away. "Oh my God, your hair looks amazing. It looks wonderful." So they text me.
You
right
look
away.
younger. They compliment how great you look.
Yeah, they said that, "Oh my God, 10 years younger," and stuff like that.
More handsome.
One of my friends said I look 5 years younger, and I told him that he's the first guy that told me I look 5 years and not 10 years younger. But so a lot of people said that, definitely, you look young, you look great. And I had coffee with a buddy of mine the other day, and he said, "You know what? This is the best thing you have ever done in your life. It's very successful, and I think it looks great. It looks great in person, and their hairline is just so amazing,
Yeah. But you did tell me that, the experience is positive, everything, but there's one regret, right?
Yeah. The regret was I wish that I'd done it sooner and had more hair grafts, right? But 5,200 is already a lot. But like we said, we're all greedy. We want more and more and more, right? Like one of your patients, clients, I saw his video, his year, and also his year, 2 years or something like that, and he had a full set, and he had 2 surgeries, and I was like, why did he have 2 surgeries? Because his one surgery looks amazing already. Then I realized something. Perfectionist, and we all agree in that, and we all want to have, you know, perfect or perfection, you know. So yeah.
And again, I just want to reiterate to the audience that, you know, the result vary from one individual to another, but at least by going through all Chris videos and month by month, at least you get a glimpse of the journey of what he went through and get an understanding of what hair transplant you should expect somewhat.
Right.
And so yeah, can you look down, can you turn to the left for me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, perfect. Turn to the right. Turn to the right. Perfect. Look straight at me. Look down. Perfect. A little bit more. Perfect. A little bit more. Perfect. There we go. And that's where Chris was. Class 6, 7. And this is where he is now. And I'm glad he, Chris shared his journey with us, and I recommend the audience to go back and watch all the previous video of him from before surgery, and then you know, couple months later, and then months after that. Thank you.